Come here. Hi. 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 You want to tell everybody what's going on? Hey. Hi. Do you want to tell them what's going on? Well, we are going to go on a hike. You and I. You and I, baby. That's right. Where are we going? Lake Superior Park. How long, honey? Yeah. How long? We're going to go for 3 nights. 3 nights and 4 days. So what are we doing here right now? We're going to live stream what we're bringing. Yeah. Hey. So here we are. I have set everything up on the couches to show you all what is going to happen and what we're bringing. There's only one thing that's not here that I'm bringing that I have to acquire once I get to Lake Superior Park. Hey? So let's see. Let's put you down over here. Okay. Oh, maybe not. He wants to hang out on my shoulder. Yes. So welcome. So earlier I did a live stream of what I am going to be eating in Lake Superior Park. Yeah. Hi, handsome. Yeah. So now we're going to do a live stream of what I am bringing. So I did a backpacking tour 4 nights, 5 days in Killarney. And this time it's going to be 4 days, 3 nights in Lake Superior Park. And this one I'm doing solo, so I'll be bearing a little bit more weight than last time. Yes, I do. This is Little Cloud. And he's my pet pigeon, and he's coming along with me on this hike. So we're going to be celebrating my late son's birthday together, and he was laid as an egg on his birthday. So he's like the phoenix rising, or you could say maybe the pigeon rising. So are there bears? For sure. But to be bear wise, you make sure that you tie your food up in a tree with a bag. So I'm going to go through all of that with you guys. So, all right. So first things first, in this bag here is all the food that I've made. And there is 5.5 pounds worth of food in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it. So when it comes to packing, I put it in this dry bag. And this bag I hang from a tree. Kevin, no, he doesn't really fly away. He hangs out on my shoulder most times when I bring him for walks. However, he will be on a harness. So in this bag, I've packed all my food. So I'm going to pull out the food just for you to see. And there's other things in here too that help with my fine dining experience. So he's just gone up there. So first things first, I have a plate. I will not forget a plate. If you've been on my channel, if you scroll down to some of the first videos, I talk about the one thing I'm always forgetting when I go camping. And it will be nothing this time. So this here is what is considered to be a cozy. And you know those foil things that you set up in your windshield? It is made from one of those. So I put my Mylar food that's warming up, like the hot water that I boil and I pour into the Mylar package that contains my food. Um, I put that in there for about 5-10 minutes so it stays warm while it's cooking. So I have a plate and I have that. Those are two very important things. So I am bringing a little container, and this container is going to be for my hummus that I could just carry loosely somewhere on my rucksack, because you just need cold water to rehydrate it. You want to do rock, paper, scissors and chat. Oh no. Kevin, I used to work in forestry, fish and wildlife with the Ministry of Natural Resources. So I never I've seen bears in the bush. I've had, coyotes calling out, wolves. Um, and I haven't, knock on air, I haven't had a bad experience so far. Lauren's World, welcome. What we are doing is I am showcasing what I'm bringing with me on a 3-day, 3 night, 4-day hike. So this here is my bird's food because he's coming with me. So I have two little containers like this, one for water, and the water I'm filtering. So I'm going to show you that system too. Some of the stuff I've bought off of Amazon. So I brought his food, and in the food I've got the bird seed. I also put like his treat seeds, which is sunflowers that are raw and hulled. And I've also put some grit in there for pecking purposes for his gut health. And so this bag here is the largest Mylar bag that I'm bringing that's going to take out all my garbage. All my smaller Mylar bags, I'm just going to roll up and put it in here as a garbage bag, because you don't want to leave any garbage in the bush when you go camping. Somebody's trying to call me right now. So yeah, here's the second container. So one's going to be for water and one's going to be for food. So we're making sure that my bird's fed and I'll be fed. So carrying on with what we have in here. So this bag, like I said, is going to be carrying all my food. So this should cover me for snacks. It's 700 grams worth of tropical mix, trail mix. Oh no, I'm not forgetting. Coffee, very important. Cannot forget that. And it's instant coffee, so it makes it nice and easy. You don't have to wait. Feel like it's Christmas time right now. So I have 2 packs of this as snacks. It's freeze-dried strawberries and bananas. So you'll probably see another one of these coming up here. Oh, this is dehydrated hummus. So I've got 2 packs of that. So I'm just laying everything out there on the ground from this bag. And then you're going to see me pack everything up once I'm done. This is a good question. What's in? Oh, this is breakfast. So I have 4 of these packs. One of them is on my counter in case I leave the day of my first campsite. So if I leave on Saturday instead of Friday, then I'll eat my meal on my way. So I got 4 of those. So number 2. So this is so far 3. Ooh. Oh, we have another hummus pack. Oh, this one's hummus. Like Arnold. Oh, here's the other pack of freeze-dried strawberries and bananas. Okay, so now we're getting into the heavy duty here. We got pad thai. That's for one of the suppers. So again, I did a video of all this stuff earlier of packing up the food. So at the time, my quinoa wasn't ready, but now it is. So I have Tex-Mex. That's another supper item. For my lunches, I'm just basically snacking on nuts. Okay, and last but not least, coconut curry soup. And it's very hearty. Do we have anything else in the bag? Let's see here. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to pack it up. All right, so I'm going to put all this back. So I'm going to put the plate, the bottom on the side. Not quite sure what I'm going to eat first. Have I ever tried to eat something not edible? Do you have an example? I can't think of anything that's not edible that I haven't that I tried to eat. I won't eat toilet paper. Coffee and toilet paper go together. I guess if you're sitting on the throne, you know. So again, I'm just packing my food bag here with all my stuff and my breakfasts and coffee. My hummus, my bird's food, a garbage bag, my snacks. So all I have left to buy for my hummus is crackers, and I'm good to go. I'm in no rush for that right now. So this bag, it's a compression bag. So what that does is at the top, you see how it's got like the lid? So you roll this, okay? And then you put it over. And then you've got these clips like that, right? You see the clips? And so then you pull it as far as you can down. So this seems to be right at the end. But there's some other ones on the other side. So you can really pack this in your bag. Okay, so, and then I bring rope with me, which I'll show you because I have rope for different things. And I'll tie this with rope, and then I'll take a stick and I'll throw it over a branch, and then I'll haul this bag up, so it's hanging from a tall branch on a tree. So it's like a bear-proof situation. They can't get to the food. And you don't want to eat. You don't want to be like having your tent right beside the campfire, because you probably will be eating close to the fire if you have a fire. So that's a big no-no when camping, is setting your tent right beside the fire. You want to have it a little bit off from there. So this is my food. Now, for toiletries, okay, toothpaste. I use Hello, not sponsored. Yes, I am a busy rascal. I have a toothbrush. But if you forget your toothbrush, just use a stick or something, you know. Sorry about that. Are you saying you're a little chicken? A little chicken with the bush, Kevin? And a brush. And if you're a woman, that. Now, guys, this is a girl thing here. Women, if you're on your period, you know, you could always get one. It's called a diva cup. And instead of bringing pads or tampons with you, it's like a cup that holds your cycle and you could just empty it out. If you have water close by, for me, I do. And I'm not on my moon time, so I don't need to bring it. So that solves that. So I've got a brush. I've got an extra elastic because I've got long hair. I've got a toothbrush, toothpaste. I'm going alone, so I don't care that I might stink like a bear. So I, like deodorant, whatever. It's just me. And I've got body wash that's biodegradable and it's all natural. It smells beautiful. And I would like to get sponsored by this company. They're from the reason why I like them is because it's all natural, but their packaging, it's all like cardboard and paper. So, low impact on the planet. Very important. I work for Canada Post. That's our logo, but it is a little first aid kit. So I do bring some stuff with me just in case I got surface wounds. The only thing, knock on air, hopefully nothing happens, but the only thing that I've had to do is wrap my toes. When I was in Killarney last year, going up and down with like 40 pounds on your back, it takes a toll on the tip of your toes. Even though that you have really good shoes, you still feel it. So, first aid kit, bandages for your feet. If you don't have emergency wrap or something like that. And again, yes, toilet paper. Now, what you want to do with that or anything like, like this for me, you want to put this into a Ziploc bag because you don't want mushy toilet paper. No, that's a big no bueno. Okay, so that's that. Now, okay, now to go with my food stuff, I need to boil water because everything is dehydrated and I don't bring in bottles of water or anything like that. What I do have, and it's something that I highly consider anybody to get, even to have one in your car, is a mini Sawyer. And it's like a life straw, but these are supposed to be a lot better. And it does like 100,000 liters of water with one of these. So as long as you're flushing it out once you're done like I would say flush it out every 5 times or so that you get water. And you could screw this onto a smart water bottle, like the smart water bottles. So that's what I'll do is I'll be buying a bottle of smart water just so I could have it for this. And so it does come with a bag that you could screw on. I'll just show you. Okay, so you just screw it on, and then you take the cap off naturally, right? And oh, look at that! There's some water coming out. So I still need to flush this, okay, before I go. So I just wanted to show you before I go the things that I bring. So in order to flush it, there's a system. You got this syringe and you fill it up with water. You do this about 5 times, and there's like a flow, and flow means that the water comes out this way. In order to flush, you got to put this syringe filled with water into the flow line so it flushes out the other way. So you're taking all the sediments out. But you could pretty much drink from a puddle of mud with this without getting sick. It's pretty intense. This is incredible. This is all I used when I was in Killarney. And this is all I use when I go kayaking is this system here, a mini Sawyer. And I got a 2-pack and I think it costs like 54 Canadian for a 2-pack of these Sawyers. So I just keep it in a nifty little case here. So everything is all dry. So this, I would have brought a pot, but I think I'm going to bring this instead just because I could put stuff in it. And so that stuff, I have my cutlery. It's all on a little carabiner, so don't get lost. I have biodegradable soap in here with a cloth to wash. But if you need to scrub stuff out, like if you have a pot and a pan, just use sand, with water before you start using soap. That's what I do. Now this is my heating source for water. And what you do is you screw this on to an isobutane, and it's a 3-prong thing. So I've actually heated up a rock with this to make hot water in like one of my Yetis because I forgot my pot and pan once. I made a video about it. But yeah, so it was like cave woman style coffee. I think that's the name of it. So yeah, this is my little stove heater. And I just put it all in here so everything is together, nice and neat. Maybe I could fit my Sawyer in there. Yes, I can. See, it's all about saving space because, there you go. So I'd say that this is like 1.5 pounds worth. So again, my food was about 5 pounds and this is about 1.5 pounds. So I'm just gonna set that right there. Don't mind my living room. So I do have a full one, but I'm gonna start with this one because there's still a bit left. I think there's at least 2 usages out of here. Like, 'cause I like coffee, so I have a coffee in the morning. I'll have a coffee when I get to my spot, and then I'll have a coffee in the evening. So I have 3 coffees, but then I got to make water for my food too. So I have to boil enough water in the morning and in the evening for my meals. So that's why I'm bringing 2 of those. It's not too crazy for weight. Okay, so now I bring a little dry bag here and I'll have 2 lighters on me just in case one fails. I have a secondary one, but in case everything fails for a fire, I do have a magnesium fire starter. So I haven't had to use it yet, knock on air, but I do have it. So that's those things right there. And I bring a journal. And I got to make sure to pack a pencil. But this is a Write in the Rain book. So you could write with pencil, pen, and you'll be able to write. So I have my trip to Killarney from last year documented in here. So I'm going to document my Lake Superior trip and maybe get an article written about it. And my good friend Donna, she gave me pencil crayons. So, and it's got a cool little pencil sharpener there on the lid so I could get creative in case I get bored. So that's cool because I love being creative. So this is pretty cool. I got this on Amazon and it is a flashlight and a power bank. So I could still bring my phone. I'm going to be trying to live stream while I'm out there. So let's see here how much battery juice I have left. It's full. So it's solar powered. So you could, get sun and power this up in case your battery runs out. And you've also got a light source on this. So right here. So you could use it as a flashlight. I do have a radio. See, there you go. Whoa. And it also flashes like, I think this is like, oh, I thought it was SOS. Oh, maybe it is SOS. Do you think that's SOS? Anyways, oh, there's that one too. So in case a burr comes, I could scare it off with that. However, I do have a radio. And this is a crank radio and a crank flashlight. And it does have like an SOS sound. So I'm just warning you right now, it's gonna be really loud. So I also got this off of Amazon. Right now I'm charging it. I might bring it with me, but we'll see. My mom is watching the video upstairs. It's a little bit delayed, so I could just hear the alarm go off now. So yeah, I'm going to charge this up and make a conscious decision if I'm going to bring it or not. We'll see. Okay, so now I am going to go through some of the other stuff. Oh yeah, this is important too. You need something to drink your coffee in. And this one, it's got a magnetic lid to it. Holds coffee hot for like 4 or 5 hours. So I usually pack this light sleeping bag. Like I just shove it in my bag. I don't bother rolling it up and putting it in the bag. It takes way too much space. Rolling it up and keeping it in the bag. No, all you do is you just shove it in the bottom of your rucksack. And this is a liner that goes with another sleeping bag that I have, an army one. So I'm gonna bring that for extra padding for my skinny bones. And I'm gonna come over here. So very important, very, very important, walking sticks. I don't care what anybody says. If you're doing 15 kilometers or more, these are great. Okay. I did the Killarney thing and I went with somebody else and I said, hey, get yourself some sticks. It'll help. No, no, no. I'm trying to be a hero. No. I ended up giving my sticks to them towards the end. You like your own bed and fridge, eh? I like adventures. I like fresh air. I like seeing the stars at night. I might be able to see the northern lights. So it's that kind of stuff I like. I like my own bed and fridge too, but I also like to sleep in nature and feeling grounded to nature. So this is my rucksack that I'll be using. I've had this for a long time, since probably 2003. This has been with me. It's been dropped out of a helicopter, it's been dropped out of a float plane when I used to work doing research in forestry, and I love it. So, this is my Jack Wolfskin uh, bag, and oh, look at that. I found these in the bush, so I'm going to bring those with me. I don't usually wear sunglasses. That just fell out of the bag. So I'm like, ah, there they are. I was wondering where they went. Yeah, I found these like deep in the bush. Oh, you got to experience a little life. Go for a walk down the trail. So this thing is pretty cool. I'm going to put this over here because I'm going to show you guys how it works. And that is my saw. Okay. So this here is a sleeping pad, and I usually wrap it with a tarp, and I'll be strapping it to the top of my bag. But I'm going to show you guys all of that in a bit. I'm just, like I said, I'm going through what I bring and what I will be bringing, that is. I could use this to hit bears with. It's pretty cushiony. They'd probably want to sleep on it or something. But yeah, I wonder, oh, well, it does have the sort of spikies on it, if this is what you're talking about. This could probably, if I aim for their head, yeah, that could hurt. Probably aggravate it more than hurt it. So this is my 2-person tent, and it's got a fly in it. Okay, so that'll be ample room for my bird and I. Little cloud, yes. So yeah, I bring, it's got a fly, it's the tent. I have this additional large tarp, and I'll be using this in case it rains. I'll be putting a tarp over top of that, like tying it between 2 trees, kind of creating like a tent over top of my tent, just for extra rain shelter. And it's very large, so it's like I could even hang out underneath and still like an awning. And so I use this tarp underneath my tent. And I'm letting you know the best way to work a tarp under your tent, you roll the edges of your tarp on all sides where your tent goes, so it just makes its way underneath the tent. So that's how you keep water out. Write it down, take notes. Okay, so again, liner, sleeping bag. It's August. It has been getting chilly outside, but I sleep better with the coolness. So I might even decide to not bring this, and because I'll be sleeping in long johns and possibly my sweater. So you bring a jacket. I'm bringing a jacket because there's like 40% chance of rain. So it's a good Columbia jacket. Now, inside my tent will be little clouds, so I needed something for him. So this is his little setup, and it has a little perch. It's 4 birds, so don't mind those little puppy pads. I've cut these up because that goes into one of his bird flight suits. That's for the ride to where we're going. So you see these holes here, so you could screw in this perch either there, like that, like that, like that, like that, you know? And so this comes up, and so there's access right there. And there's enough air circulation because this is mesh. So anybody worried if he's going to suffocate, he will not. It's meant for birds. And so I lay down puppy pads inside. These ones right here. I've pre-cut them today. Just so in case he has poopies, then it's not going to dirty his cute little setup here. And I could just put that in that Mylar bag that I was showing you earlier. So that's that. Now, I'm bringing 2 suits for him. This one is for the ride in my car. Okay, it's a diaper. It's like a harness, so he'll be strapped to me. I'll tie him. There's like a wrist thing, so I'm going to tie the wrist to a carabiner that's tethered to my bag. Now this one here is the harness that he's going to be wearing for the actual hike. So he could just do his duty freely. His little dookie. He could poop freely. This one, it's in the bottom here. So it's like a diaper, like I said. But this one is just strictly a harness. And again, I could tether him to a carabiner tied to my bag. And I do have a carabiner on my bag right now, which is right here. All right, it's all covered. So now I'm going to go through clothes. So again, I am going for 3 nights and 4 days. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have. Okay, well, with the exception of modeling off underwear and stuff like that. But I am bringing a bathing suit because I'll be on the water in case I get hot. You bring undergarments, enough that you figure that you need. You could always just bring a couple of pair and wash them and hang them to dry, right? You're trying to save on space here. So now I've got 4 pairs of socks because socks are important for foot health. But make sure that you bring a pair of waterproof socks. These are a good buy, especially if you're doing a long trek. Bring a hat. I'm not too fussy and worried about sunscreen because of the time of the year, and I foresee myself being sheltered under a canopy of trees while I'm walking, so I don't really wear much junk on my face. No, like women's lotions or anything like that, so I'm not about to start wearing sunscreen, which is just junk on your face. So yes, you bring a hoodie for your warmth. Okay, so in case I get cool, I'll have a thermal long sleeve shirt, thermal pants. Here's the shirt. Okay, and if you're a woman, you could either, let your boobs hang out. I'm just going to bring some sports bras. I have 1 tank top and a pair of shorts. And I'm only bringing 2 t-shirts, one in case it gets wet. And then I have a pair of really good hiking pants that I bought for $200 on Amazon through this one company. And they're waterproof, so I don't have to worry too much about them. And I've had them for over a year now, and other than just a tiny little amber hole, that formed, it hasn't ripped or anything like that. Like that hole where the amber got it, I haven't had problems with it at all. These pants are great, and they look brand new otherwise. The best investment I've ever bought. Where's that? And you want to get a good rain jacket. You don't want to wear like a dollar store poncho, okay, that you just like, that's plastic. No, bad news bear. You don't do that, okay? And so I also have a dry bag for my clothes, because you know what? You don't want to be getting your clothes wet in case it just decides to say, hey, I'm going to rain right now. So yeah, you put your clothes in the dry bag. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Put these clothes in the dry bag. Everything else that I have is pretty much just going to be out of the bag and not in dry bags or anything. It's unnecessary. Oh yes, also a good quick drying towel. Very good. So let's see here. Mosquito repellent. Mom, this time of the year you don't really need it. The bugs aren't bad. When I did my trek in September, definitely didn't need it. But if you're going in May and June and up until mid-July, yeah, I'd suggest getting some bug dope and even a bug net, because boy, oh boy, they could be bad in May. Up here in Canada. Okay, yes, hot. So I'm just packing this bag, and this is sort of a compression bag too, but it compresses from the side. And for me, I like to keep my hoodie at the top, because it's the first thing I usually grab. And as for my coat, I usually wear it when I'm first hiking, because it's usually cool in the morning when I go hiking this time of the year. And then I'll take it off and shove it in the top of my bag. That's how I deal with that. So like I said, this one compresses to the side like this. See, it gets a little bit smaller. And that's how I deal with that. So I'll show you. So I've got this stuff here. Pencil crayons for fun activities. I can draw in my Write in the Rain book. I've got a mini little dry bag for lighters and ignition stuff. I've got my isobutane stoves in the coffee pot percolator, which I don't use for coffee. I just use it to boil water, because I need almost that much in the morning for my breakfast and for my coffee. And also in the evening for my meals. I have my my little stove that screws on. I'll open it again. I have, in this pencil case, is my water filtration system, and I have soap and a rag and my cutlery. So that's there. So in here is all my food. So I've got 5 pounds worth of food for 3 nights, 4 days. My clothing, minus the hat. Okay, because I'll be wearing the hat. Same thing with the coat. It'll probably be around 11 o'clock when I get there, and it'll be about 16 degrees, so I might just have the coat at the top of the bag. So again, this is my bird's sleeping quarters. His food is packed in with my food, and his water will be filtered water, just like me. I've got my tent, the tarp that goes under my tent, the tarp that goes over my tent in case it rains. That's my sleeping pad. In this bag, I forgot to show off, I have rope. I have different kinds of rope for different applications. So this rope here is what I use to create a tent with this over top of my tent in case it rains. You can make a nice awning with that too. And all the pegs for this are in here. I usually wrap them at the beginning and roll it into it, so it's not going to poke the bag and rip everything that's in the bag. Oh, Yes. Coffee cup. Okay. So, and all the small little ones here is to tie that. Okay. To the ground. Okay, so that's that. Of course, you need the rucksack. Okay. This orange thing here, it's in case it rains. It's a rucksack cover, so the stuff inside your rucksack doesn't get wet neither. So I have extra, protection from the rain. But all my stuff, all the important stuff, is in dry bags. Walking sticks, toiletry stuff. Okay, I could actually put my toiletry stuff in there, but I won't. Okay, and this I always put into a Ziploc bag because you don't want mushy toilet paper. That sucks. But when you're in a provincial park and you're doing backcountry, they have privies at every campsite, like they're like thunder boxes where you could do your duty, and there usually is toilet paper. But if there isn't, then you're stuck using a leaf or something. And you better know what leaf, you better know what poison ivy or poison oak are, so you're not grabbing those leaves. Okay, so now I'm going to show you that. Okay, and so this was given to me from a gentleman that used to do a lot of camping, but he can't anymore. But he has all this wonderful stuff, and his kids don't really camp, but I do. So every part of this is useful. So it's been a while since I've used this. So let's see if I remember how to put it together. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then. Okay. You see how it's like a saw? Oh, I think it just goes this way though. No, it does go that way. Okay. So then. Okay. So what you do is, once you have all the parts together, you tighten this bolt here. Nice and tight. Like so. Okay. And you just saw wood. You want to make sure you don't lose this, so this is important. You could just hang it from something. But yeah, this is the saw. It's a Bushmaster, I think it's called. Yeah, I guess it would be sort of like an old-fashioned saw. So to take it apart, you just unscrew this wing nut, and things just start falling apart. The only part that you got to really take off is this bar here. And you just kind of twist it and pass that back through this tiny little hole at the back. And everything fits into this tube. But you got to take this off. Just make sure you keep that somewhere safe. And you just shove everything back. Normally, apparently you're supposed to fit this in here, but for some reason it does not fit in here for me. So, and I'm not about, see, it's kind of seizes, so I don't want to cut myself doing that. So I just shove everything in here nice. Actually, hold on. It's got to go in this one here. See? Nice and tidy. Perfect. Perfect. And trying to get it together for you guys. Anyways, you get the concept. You just put it back into the tube. Well, actually, I need to put it back into the tube. Hold on. There we go. Because I'm going to pack the bag for you guys. Haven't gone camping yet this year. This is my first camping trip of the year. So I'm a little excited. Normally I go every weekend in the summertime. Either it's like kayak camping or it's by car in the deep bush in Crown Land. So there you go. So everything is back in the tube as it should be. So now I'm going to pack my bag. You're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to set you over here and you're going to see the process. Okay? I'm going to go grab myself a drink first. Perfect. Okay. Hey, baby. Okay, so first things first is I shove this into my bag. You just want to make sure that it's right at the bottom. Okay. Let's see how it goes with this, in case I do decide to bring it. Okay. Clothes. This is going to go inside the bag. I just shove it to the side. See, this is where we're at right now, of this much space. Okay, actually, you have that much space from there, but you have this additional stuff. So let's carry on. Little clouds bag. Right at the bottom. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to put all my toiletry stuff in this bag. Just to say that, okay, well, we have a Ziploc bag. Because let's see if it fits at the front. So I've got the other mat. It goes right there. Now we're going to pack the food. In a couple seconds, but first I'm going to shove these inside the bag so they're not going to blow up. Okay. Pencil crayons. Just going to put in the dry bag. And I have it strapped to the nifty little notebook, which will keep me busy. Okay. Then I've got, this is part of my cookware. And shove that in here. my battery pack. I'm going to have that handy. So in case I need to charge up my phone. Okay, so now this is all the food, because food for me is important. I'll put that at the top in case I want to have a snack. It's accessible. Okay. And so with this bag, I could loosen these up here, because right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my mat. Ooh, I got last year's Killarney trip in my on my table right here. So I'm going to roll my mat with this tarp. Trying to save space here. And so with this, I'm going to tie to the top of the bag, like so. Okay. And there's clips at the back. So I'm going to clip it. If I could find them. Hold on 1 second. I'm a little lost on my bag here. Oh, here they are. Aha! I found them. Okay. So, the clips for the top of the bag. Just clip in the back here. I want to make sure that they're not obstructing your straps. And you just tighten her down. Okay. What I've done with this, I'll just shove that in the top because I'll walk with my coffee. So I'll just shove it in the top of my bag right there. And now for the final part. So this right here is where I strap my tent. Okay. I'll have it strapped in here. These bags have all these straps for a reason, so you just use them. See, just like that. And as you can see, I did not bring any like defensive knife or anything like that because it's not needed. I feel that if you bring that kind of stuff, you're going to attract that kind of stuff, and that's not what I want to do. So, the only thing that I didn't put in the bag is this. Why? Because I might need it. I didn't put this in the bag because I will be wearing it. And this I could just shove anywhere. I can make sure that I have it close by, and this is like the rucksack cover. And so I just make sure that this is close by in case it does rain. It's just added protection, so I could just shove that in anywhere. So I wish I could weigh this for you to let you know exactly how much it weighs, but I don't have a scale or anything like that. All I know is that last time I did a trek, I had about 39 pounds worth of stuff, and that was for five days, 4 nights. So put the 50 glasses on. That's right. So I'm going to untighten these straps for the arms a bit. I have them really tight for the last trek that I was on. So when you have this much weight, it's always good to know that you can carry it, right? And so this is how it's gonna go. Hey, baby. Hey. Hey. You and I, baby. Yeah. Walking through the bush together. He likes to stay on my arm too. So he might just hang out like this. What? He won't go flying off like that. He'll stick on me. When he's wearing his harness, he just hangs out on me. So this is everything that I'll be bringing. Oh. Yes. And walking sticks, because these are important. They're not like extended right now, but you could just strap these into your bag too if you have that ability. Mine does, so that's what I would be doing. So this is everything that I carry or will be carrying for my trip into Lake Superior Park. And when I'm dismounting my bag, I usually like use my knee to put it on or to put it off, and it's very helpful with all this weight that you have. So that's that. That is packing a bag in a nutshell. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a strange bird, and that's my bird. So anybody have any questions? Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, the bag is almost bigger than me. I'll be doing 7 kilometers for the first day. I'll be buying my map once I get to Lake Superior Park. When I did Killarney, I had a map that I had purchased prior to going because I had to map out all of my trek. And because it was a pretty significant journey, I wanted to make sure that I was quite prepared and I knew what I was getting into. I know how to read like terrain maps and stuff. Do I take bear spray? No, I don't. I've done like the bear awareness training and all that when I was in forestry. And again, I've been around bears while people were like bear baiting for bear hunting season. Where I'm going right now, I think bear is opening up soon. But I'm in a provincial park where there's no hunting allowed. So I don't see myself being in danger of being around bear bait and territorial bears. I know how to read when a bear is territorial and stuff. Not saying that it can happen, that something could happen. You know what I mean? But I don't bring bear spray. It's just, for me, it's just extra stuff to carry. I used to work in the bush and we carried bear spray, never had to use it, knock on air. But there's other ways to deter. We were like banging our sticks on trees and stuff like that. And like, because we could hear my coworker and we were working in the bush and they had baited for bear the week before. And so my girlfriend and I that I was working with, we went into that spot the week after and we could hear 2 bears like fighting in the bush. And we're like, holy shit. So we started like banging trees with sticks and stuff like that. And then they went away. And so we made sure that we had another worker with us the day after. But we didn't hear anything else. I've encountered bears while I was walking on a trail, not even with work, and like 2 cubs, like a year-old cubs that were like running towards my friend and I, who were just like starting a nature walk. We're like, okay, I guess not today. I've had a bear like walk by my tent in the morning. I've had a bear. I made this shelter cabin with my late partner, the father of my late son, and a bear opened the door to our shelter, and he was scared of bears. And I'm like, "Oh, listen to this, right?" So I knew the bear was on the outside. You could hear him walking, right, and hear him like sniffing around. And as soon as he got his nose, his muzzle up to the door of our cabin, because it was like a tiny little door, like Alice in Wonderland door. I just like banged hard on it, scared the crap out of the bear. So I was kind of laughing, but he was shitting bricks. Oh, so I don't like, we only have black bears around here, and black bears are more afraid of you than you should be of them. As long as you're not giving them a reason uh, to, like if you have your food just laying around when you go to bed, you're asking for it, right? Yes, it is a terrible thing to lose a child. So this is why I'm doing the hike. I am doing it for my late son, who would have been 9, while I'm going to be on this trek. So my pigeon up here, wherever he is, right there. Well, you could see him. He was laid as an egg on my late son's birth death anniversary. So he's very special. So I'm going to bring him with me. He's going to be 3 in September 11th. Like that's when he hatched, but he was laid as an egg on Aiden's birthday. So yeah, he's coming. And yeah, I'm not afraid of bears on the trek. I've heard about wolves being in the park. I think hearing wolves would be something different. Because they work in pack behavior, right? They work in packs, so uh, it'd be a little bit different for bears. I could bring dog spray, but I just, I make sure that I'm loud. Um, I make sure that I'm not keeping food around me. I like calling out to the owls at night. So I'm going to see if I could call out to a barred owl, because that seems to be the owl that I resonate the most with. I call out to it and it calls back. It's too wild for you. Aw, yeah. Where are you located? I can't remember, Kevin. Where are you located? Are you in Canada as well, or are you uh, in the States somewhere? Call out to Bigfoot. Yeah. Oh, I am wild woman, so oh yeah, that's right, Montana. Yes. I've been to Colorado. That's as close to Montana that I've been. I don't I don't know if that's close or not. But you guys probably have like mountain lions in Montana, do you? Like cougars? Do you guys have cougars? Okay, you're in the flat part. Yeah. There could be birds of prey out there, so I'll be looking up at the sky while we're on this hike to make sure that he doesn't get taken away from like an eagle or something like that. I highly doubt it. Okay, yeah, so you do. Yeah, you want to stay. I'd be afraid of running into a cougar because those are pretty scary cats. They'll stalk you, and we have them here too. But in Ontario, not so much. Like there have been sightings, like within like 2 hours from me, but we don't have any where I live. It's okay, Mom. Everything will be okay. You know, don't worry. All will be well. I've got walking sticks for protection. Oh. Hey, little cloud. He'll be like a bug in the rug, snug in his little tiny his little quarters in my tent. I'm looking forward to seeing how that all works out. So I plan on doing some live streaming while I'm in the park. Apparently, there is reception. So that's why I'm bringing the battery pack, not just because it's a light too. And I do have a flashlight. I'm bringing a flashlight as well, just in case that battery pack, there's not enough sunlight to generate solar source from it. I will have like a flashlight too. So yeah, it's been a long day. I've been doing some home renos. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, flashlight, coffee, and ass wipe. Very important things. Not food, but coffee, ass wipe, and flashlight, and walking sticks, right? Because you don't want to forget the walking sticks. And by all means, get yourself a mini Sawyer water filtration system. Because, Kevin, if you ever break down on the side of the highway in the middle of fucking nowhere and you need water wherever you are in the flatlands of Montana, you want to make sure that you're able to drink from a puddle of water. Because those mini Sawyers are amazing. And I'm by no means a rep for them or getting promotional pay from them, but they are amazing. They're really good. I did research on them. I did research on which type is the best, and the Sawyer brand is the best when it comes to like water filtration system that you don't require like battery that's battery powered, you know, pretty much as a straw. So the kit comes with the Sawyer Mini filtration system. It comes with a bag that you could put water into and then just drink like the Sawyer from the actual apparatus and drain the bag that way. Or you could again screw like a smart water bottle, like the Smart brand water bottle to it. It's the only one that'll screw on is the Smart water bottles. That's why I say that. It's not because it's smart above the rest. I personally think that things that are named Smart in their brand name is not that smart, but those are the only ones that'll screw on properly. Yeah. So, yeah. The bag feels like it weighs about 45 pounds. Um, and so the first part of this trek, I'm starting north and working my way south. So the Lake Superior Coastal Trail, it's not a loop, so you're going to see the same scene, the same scenery going in as you will coming out. So yes, I'm starting at the Gargantua entrance, Gargantua, Gargantua, and I'm heading to the second highest campsite, but there is a tiny loop at the end. So like, I mean, maybe half a kilometer, which is a third of a mile, maybe I think that is. And then I'm going to come back towards Gargantua parking. And the next time I go, I'll start from there and head my way south. But I have the understanding that you can get a shuttle somehow, but that's where I'm going to go to the park office and ask more information for the next time I do it. So I'm fully prepared to do it then. So I'm hoping on doing a much longer trek next time I do this. So I'm only going to do the northern tip of the trail, which is a total of 15 kilometers, but it'll be 30 because I'm doing going in and coming out. And Lake Superior Park is very beautiful. And when you're driving up past Montreal River area, the scene, the water, the coast of Lake Superior reminds me of when I drove Pacific Coast Highway going to California. It has like the same kind of landscape, but instead of seeing like palm trees and stuff, it's obvious pines and this and that, but it's the same kind of rock. And it's almost like a miniature version of it. So it's very beautiful. And the waves get really big, and the water is so clear and pebbly and beautiful, but like lava rockish kind of rock while you're going through the Montreal River and going north of there. So Lake Superior Park, where I'm going to be, is about half an hour away from Wawa, Ontario, maybe half an hour from, just south of it. So it'll be fun. So I plan on leaving Friday. Friday is my departure day from here, but I might wait until Saturday morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, and leave then, so I could get there for, because it takes me about 5 hours to drive there from where I live, because I'm a half an hour out of the city of Sudbury, but I'm still in Sudbury, Ontario. And yeah, so it takes about 5.5 hours to get to the park from where I live. So, excuse me, instead of leaving on Friday in the afternoon and then having to figure out, okay, well, where am I going to sleep when I get to the Sault Ste. Marie area, I might as well just leave in the morning, not have to buy a supper, and, you know, be a little bit more frugal, just leave with the sun. Yeah. So today I packed all my food. My quinoa finally had the chance to dehydrate, so I'm happy that I got that put into my meal pack. And I'm happy that I was able to show you guys how to pack a rucksack, or what to bring when you go on a hike. And again, my hike's going to be 3 nights, 4 days, Lake Superior Park, leaving from Gargantua. So next time I go, it'll be wonderful. So if you ever go to Lake Superior Park, one of the most beautiful beaches there is Catherine's Cove or Old Woman's Bay. Old Woman's Bay is gorgeous, like very nice. On a nice sunny day, the water is kind of turquoisey, very beautiful. And it has a really nice view of Old Woman Rock, and it looks like a face. Thank you, Kevin. I am gonna have fun. It'll be very spiritual, It's just something I need to do and I like to do, and I'm looking forward to sharing that time with my late son in spirit, but his rising pigeon. So thanks for joining me tonight on my packing adventure. And feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't, and like get the notification bell going, because like then you'll know when I will be live streaming, because I don't know yet exactly where there's reception, but I was told there is. So I'm going to make a big effort into doing a bit of a live stream as long as I can when I'm in there. So that's that. So thanks for joining me. And I'm going to call it quits for this evening and just kick my feet up and enjoy my 0% alcoholic beer. And have yourself a good night too. And stay tuned. Have a good night. Bye, Mom.